guys, so I'm in my car and I hope my camera actually stays up while I'm driving. But anyway, I am heading into my dad's house because I need to drop off his laundry. He still isn't quite able to get up and down his steps to the laundry, the washer and dryer. And plus his one cat, like, I don't know if you guys have cats. I don't actually have any cats, but I know how they are. If you're going down the steps, he tries to get in between your legs, and it's a tripping hazard, even with someone who, isn't having problems. So I do still pick up his laundry and do his laundry, and so I'm just dropping it off. And I made some cucumber salad yesterday, so I'm taking him some of that. My mom, it's not like my mom's cucumber salad. I made like a creamy cucumber salad. I didn't use her recipe. It's still good. It's not exactly like hers or anything like that, but it's still tasty. I don't know if he's going to like it because it's not exactly like hers, but I did fix him together a bowl of it, so I hope he likes it. It's, like I said, it's good, but it's not exactly what we are used to. So let's see what else I have to talk about. I have to take my dog to the vet tomorrow. I think that she might have a urinary tract infection, so I got to take her to the vet tomorrow. She's just been peeing a lot, like more than normal. She had a couple accidents, which is not like her, and when I really had no real clue, but when I brought her in from outside yesterday, I happened to get some tissue and I wiped her, and there was like a tinge of blood when I wiped her off, and I just, putting two and two together, I honestly think she has a urinary tract infection. She's not acting weird in any way, like she's not making any kind of noises or whimpering to make me think she's in any kind of pain or discomfort. But I did run to Petco yesterday and pick up some pills that have cranberry in them. I called the vet yesterday because I wanted to get her in yesterday, Saturday, but they're normally open Saturdays, but in count of Corona, they are not open on Saturdays right now. So the earliest I can get her in is hopefully tomorrow, because today is Sunday. But I could take her to the emergency vet, but since she's not kind of giving me any clues as to, being in pain or anything like that, I don't really feel like that's necessary. But I'm still like very concerned and want her to be seen by the vet as soon as possible. So if there's a reason like they can't get me in tomorrow, then I'm gonna take her to the emergency vet, because I don't want it going on any longer than what it has. But this morning when I took her out, she peed right away, and then she wanted back inside, which to me is a good sign, because yesterday she would go to the bathroom and then she'd just want to squat, like, ooh, big bump. She would just want to squat like every 2 seconds essentially. And it's like, since she's peeing in the grass, I can't really tell if she's peeing a big stream or just little like piddles. Like, I just, it's impossible to tell that kind of thing. So yeah, when I called the vet yesterday, they have a message on their answering machine, kind of like going over how it works now with, the whole coronavirus thing. So apparently when you get there, you have to call them, and then the vet comes out and takes the animal in. Like, you're not allowed to go inside at all. And then when they're done, they bring the dog or cat or whatever animal out to you, your pet back. But I'm not quite sure exactly how you pay. Like, if they come out with, like, or I guess maybe you just give them, like, your credit card or debit card or whatever, and then they take it inside and process it. I guess that's how it works. But it's just interesting to see, like, how each business that is essential and is open is how they're doing things, essentially. Like, I went to Petco yesterday, and obviously you have to, here anyway, in Pennsylvania, you have to wear a mask in public, like in a store. You have to wear one. You don't have to wear one outside or anything like that. In order to be allowed in a store, you have to be wearing one. And right now I'm currently just using this Lush scarf as like a makeshift mask. I just tie it around my face, and I cannot breathe with that thing on. So it's like, typically when it comes to like grocery shopping and stuff like that, Eric goes. I just stay home. I don't even go with him. But when I go to the post office, and then like yesterday I went to Petco, like I could barely breathe in that thing. So I went online and ordered a mask. It's just, you know, a cloth mask. Those aren't really doing anything like to protect us. It's just, you know, essentially to protect other people. But I went on a website and I purchased an actual like cloth mask. So I have something that I'll be able to wear and hopefully breathe comfortably. And plus, like, I'm kind of thinking, since we still, you know, oh gosh, the trees are coming alive. Oh, this is so happy but depressing at the same time, because I'm so ready to go out yard sailing, and I fear like that's not going to happen this year. But I think that, and I don't know anything, but like I would think that even when stuff does start to eventually reopen, they might keep the mask thing even as things start to open. So if that's the case, I wanted a mask that I'm able to breathe in, so I can still go out to, you know, where I want to go or need to go and not have any kind of like breathing difficulties. So that's essentially what's kind of happening with me lately. I did order a mystery box on eBay to unbox for you. It was like a clothing, and I think there was shoes. It was supposed to be shoes in there as well. So I ordered this, and it was from a seller who only had one feedback, which, you know, I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, like if they don't send it to me, I'll get my money back. You know, you are protected when you purchase something on eBay. There's something in the road here. I think it's just someone's trash, but I think I ran over it anyway. Regardless. So, what was I talking about? This mystery box. And so I ordered this mystery box. I was all excited because I was like, ooh, I'll have a video. I'll have something a little different, a little interesting to do for you guys. And, well, the seller never sent it. They never shipped the box. They did apologize. I don't really know exactly what their reasoning was. So I didn't actually have to open like a case. Like, I messaged them, and then they just ended up refunding me the money for it. So it's like I was more upset by that, like the fact that like I was really looking forward to having a mystery box to do a video of, and it just didn't pan out. So I was thinking of buying another one, but I kind of like, it burnt me out a little bit, like, you know what I mean? So like now I'm kind of like, I don't know. It's like I still want one, but I'm kind of like also up in the air about it. So yeah, it takes a while to get to my dad's house. We don't live in the same town. I moved out of town when Eric and I got our own place together. We moved out of town, which I like. I like that I'm in the middle, kind of my hometown, and then in the middle of like closer to more shopping areas and stuff like that. So it's like I kind of have a choice, essentially, when I go out, like which direction I want to go. I'm kind of like right in between. So, but I don't know, like when we do move, I kind of like where we are. So, I don't know. I mean, I'm open to moving anywhere, essentially, but we'll see. I know, like, when I worked with Eric, he still works where he has. I mean, he's been there for years and years and years, and I ended up joining him for, like, about 5 years I was there, and then I just couldn't tolerate it anymore. Surprised it lasted 5 years there, but I was kind of bouncing around jobs while I was there. But, like, at his job, there's other warehouses all over the United States, and essentially, like, you can transfer to them. I mean, there have been people who worked with us that have transferred to other states to still work with the company, but live in a completely different area, a different state. And that always kind of interested me. The one time he had to go to a business trip in Florida, Sarasota, and obviously I couldn't go with him, but, like, you know, I saw the pictures and stuff, and he said it was, like, really, really nice down there, and I always wanted to live in Florida. I think, like, everyone kind of has always wanted to live somewhere where it's, like, nice most of the time, like, weather-wise. But I never wanted to leave my parents. So I still, like, if that would ever happen, my dad would be coming with us. Like, I wouldn't be able to just leave him behind, kind of thing. So, but I mean, I don't see that ever happening. Like, actually moving to Florida, it's just kind of like a dream, essentially, not necessarily a reality. But it is so dreary outside today. It was really nice yesterday, and now today it's all rainy and chilly. I actually have on, like, a winter coat. It's 47 degrees, and I'm cold. That's why I want it to be warm all the time. And when it's, like, when the weather is like this, my motivation levels suffer terribly. Like, I just don't want to do anything except stay home and snuggle in the bed with my dog. That's all I want to do. And that's another thing, too. Like, ever since yesterday, that's, like, what I've been wanting to do. Just kind of stay in bed with the dog and just comfort her, even though, like I said, I don't think if she's in any discomfort or pain, she is not showing it. She's still acting normally. She wants her treats. She's, you know, running around like she normally does. Not fast, just slow. I mean, she's old. She's very, very old. But that's why I really want to get her looked at to make sure that it's nothing more than just a urinary tract infection. I mean, that's bad enough. I mean, I've had that myself, and they are horrible. So I can only imagine what her little doggo body is going through. Not much traffic on the road. There's still, like, tons of people out, though. Like, yesterday was crazy. We have a restaurant in my hometown that it's kind of like a drive-up, like, very, like, retro 50s style, where you drive up and you order through a speaker, and then the waitresses come out and give you your food, and you can eat the food in your car or, like, put a tray on your window, kind of thing. Anyway, that place is only open in the summer, and it's always packed regardless. But when it's nice out, I mean, you literally sometimes have to wait an hour for food, because obviously there's only so many spaces for cars. So if you can't actually get to, you know, one of those spaces, then you have to eat somewhere else in your car or take your food home, kind of thing. Their food is okay. Like, it's more for me, and I think for a lot of people, more of like a nostalgic thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not open until summertime, so it's the only time you can go there. And, you know, it's just kind of an experience type of thing as well. So but their food is not the greatest, in my opinion. And I've had people think that I'm crazy for saying that, because it kind of goes against everything as far as like, you know, how town people feel about stuff. But yeah, as far as like when I went to Petco yesterday, there really wasn't many people in there other than the workers. They had like the curbside pickup, so I did see cars like out on the curb waiting for their stuff. So I think like a lot of people still aren't comfortable like going in places and things like that. I'm kind of at the point right now where obviously I don't want to get coronavirus and I don't want to give it to anybody, but I'm kind of at the point where I also don't want to hide away in a bubble. Like, if I'm gonna be exposed to it, I want my body to be able to, you know, if I get it, fight it off kind of thing. I fear that, you know, having us all protected and stuff like this might be more detrimental in the long run. I mean, obviously I'm not a scientist, I don't know how it all works, but I just hope that the way things are being handled is the right way, because I know, like, I see other people like question what's being done and how it's being done and stuff like that. So I just only hope that it is the right thing that we're doing. But I do feel like everyone is just almost at a breaking point, really, where, you know, they just want things to open back up. People want to go back to work, and, you know, I think people are getting restless. I really do. So I'm hoping, and I know our governor has suggested reopening in phases, is how he's calling it. So, I mean, we'll see. I think we have to wait until May 8th again for like another update to find out exactly like what's going on. But it's Sunday, so there's not many people out regardless, but it's definitely a lot more dead outside. Oh, I also did go to Starbucks yesterday. I've become recently addicted to their white chocolate iced mochas. They are so good. So that's like my new favorite from Starbucks. During the winter, I love the salted caramel mochas, and now, I don't know, I just love iced coffee. Iced coffee is how I like to drink coffee. I mean, I'll drink coffee warm or hot, but I prefer it iced. Like, even if I make coffee at home, I always make it iced. Do you ever drive by a cop, and even though you know you're not doing anything wrong, you know you're not speeding, you know you have your seatbelt on, but it's like there's this voice in the back of your head, like you're doing something wrong and he's totally coming after you? That always happens to me. Like, I just automatically feel guilty. I don't know why. I think it's because I've gotten pulled over twice in my entire life, and both reasons weren't necessarily my fault. So I think that's why I kind of have it slightly ingrained in my head that I feel guilty even when I'm not doing anything wrong when I see a cop. The first time that I got pulled over, I had a tail light out and I didn't realize it. So, I mean, he obviously just like told me that it was out and I had to get it fixed. Like, I didn't actually like get in trouble or anything for it. And then the other time, I had a cop like following me with his lights on, and like in my head I was like, well, he doesn't want me, like I didn't do anything wrong. So like I'm just driving along thinking like he's gonna go around me because he's, you know, trying to go after like the person in front of me or something because I didn't do anything wrong. Well, I'm driving down the road and he's still behind me. I was like, oh crap, I guess I better pull over because I must have did something. So I pull over And he asked me, like, if I know, like, why he pulled me over. And I'm like, no, like, I have no idea. Because, I mean, I didn't think that I was speeding or anything like that. And even if I were, I don't think I would have said, like, yeah, I was speeding. But apparently it was because this was, like, an old car that I had. It was more like a sports car. And I had window tint on it. And it was illegal in that township to have window tint. And since I got pulled over in that township, I had to get my window tint removed. So that was a sucky situation. But I mean, you know, obviously I didn't like get in trouble for it or anything like that. He just, you know, told me to get it removed, and then I had to like go back to the police station and show them, like, with my receipt and everything, that, you know, it had gotten removed. So I just left my dad's house, and he didn't like the cucumber salad. I wasn't expecting him to, because it really, like, since I didn't use my mom's recipe, it wasn't anything like hers. Eric, since he's going to the grocery store, he's the one that bought the cucumbers, and he got these like real small little cucumbers. So one, the cucumbers weren't big. Two, I made it creamy, and mom's was more like, I hate to use the term watery, but it definitely wasn't a creamy type of cucumber salad. So, I mean, I think it still tastes fine, but, you know, my dad's a picky eater. My mom was a picky eater too. I am to an extent, but I'm also a little more like daring as far as like trying new things and, you know, stuff like that. So it's a little upsetting that you didn't like it, but I only like put him together like a little tiny container worth, because I kind of knew in the back of my head that he wasn't gonna like it. So next batch I make, I'm gonna get some cucumbers from the market, some big cucumbers, and I'm gonna get out my mom's recipe and make it how she made it. So it was just funny watching that first I should have been recording that, his reaction of that first bite. Oh my goodness. Oh well. So I'm currently heading back home. I don't have any other places to stop. I do have 3 packages that need to go to the post office, but today's Sunday, so I gotta wait until tomorrow to take them out. So I don't have like anything else to do today as far as errands go. So I don't know what I'm gonna do the rest of my day. Oh goodness, see, I'm going past that police car again. I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, I did want to get some stuff listed today because I have been neglecting listing stuff. I admit it. I've been neglecting it. Being sidetracked by my puzzle. Yesterday, I, was running around trying to get the dog some pills to help with this possible urinary tract infection. And then, I was worrying about her, and I just wanted to, cuddle with her, and, it's hard sometimes find the motivation, and now today, it's dreary, and I just want to go home and cuddle with my dog. That's all I want to do. So, but I am going to try to at least accomplish a couple of things, so I feel a little more better. Because I feel guilty. I get that way. If I feel like I don't accomplish much during a day, I feel kind of guilty, I'm wasting my time, wasting my day away, essentially. I know you do need days to just for yourself and to just do things that make you happy and stuff like that, but I sometimes feel guilty. It's just how I am. I feel like there's a little bit more traffic right now. Not much time has passed. I didn't stay at my dad's real long. I just put his laundry away and played with the cats. He's got two cats. One is a stray cat. I think I don't know if I ever talked, I feel like I talked about her before, where she came around back in 2003, maybe? I don't remember. She's old. She's definitely old. She came around my parents' house back when she was kind of a young cat. She wasn't a kitten, but she wasn't an adult yet either. And I'll never forget, my mom swore that she knew the house that the cat belonged to. She said, I saw the cat at this house all the time when I drive by on my way to work. Like, this is the house that cat lives in. We gotta take it back to its owner at this house. I was like, okay, well, I was upset because I liked the cat. So we take it back there, and the people are like, nope, that's not our cat. But they're like, but you can keep it here if you want. Like, we'll feed it and stuff like that. Like, not, they weren't planning on taking it in or anything, but like, they didn't mind if it like hung around outside their house. Like, they did have other cats that they, fed and stuff. So we left it there with them, and their house was a couple blocks away. I mean, it wasn't like down the street or anything like that. And lo and behold, the very next day, the cat's back at our door. So and ever since then, I think like my mom had realized, all right, well, I guess this is our cat now, essentially. At first, she didn't want it inside the house. We had another cat at the time. Well, the one that's still there. She didn't want it inside the house. And I would sneak it in, because I worked like down the street from where my parents' house is for a while when I was real young, like younger. And I would go to my parents' house before I would go to work, essentially to see the cats and see my parents, before I would head into work. And I would sneak the cat in back to my old bedroom, because at that point my mom had already like left for work, and I would sneak the cat back, and we'd lay in my old bed until I was had to go to work. And my mom found out I was sneaking the cat in. She wasn't happy about it, but then she fell in love with the cat, and it was in all the time then. I mean, it's still, to this day, an outside cat. She likes to be let in to eat, have a nice, warm, comfortable place to sleep. And some days she doesn't want to go outside. But for the most part, she likes to go roam around. And that's what she does still to this day. And then the other cat, they had gotten when he was just a kitten. My mom was still alive. And so now he has that cat as well as the stray that still comes around. And the stray's name is Huggins. I named it Huggins. And I named it after one of the Hug-a-Bunch characters, if anyone remembers Hug-a-Bunch. Because she likes to give hugs. It's really weird. Like, when you pick her up to hold her, she wants to, like, wrap her paws around your neck and just hug you. Like, she just wants held. She's very, very affectionate. The most affectionate stray cat we've ever encountered. Though, I will say something. That's not the first stray cat that ever came around the house that we would let in. Like, we've had 3 stray cats throughout my life living at my parents' house. The first one that came around, I heard it outside fighting with another cat. At the time, I didn't realize that they weren't fighting. That's the sound that cats make. It sounds horrible. It sounds so bad. Like, I thought that they were like hurting each other, essentially. So I'm like flipping out, like, oh my gosh, there's a hurt cat outside. We had a cat, like an indoor cat still at that time as well. And so I had food on hand, I had milk on hand. I was like, I'm gonna leave some food out for this poor cat that's hurt. Even though I didn't like see the cat, it was like late at night, and I'm out there with some cat food. And so this cat starts coming around, because there I did. I went and I set the trap, started feeding it, constantly coming around then. And that cat I named Riki because he stank. He stank so bad. He would leave the most terrible farts. And it's probably because, you know, he was probably eating out of trash cans. But he stank so bad. Like, his farts were horrendous. But we'd let him inside, and again, he'd come in, he'd sleep, he'd cuddle up, and, you know, then he'd want to go outside. So he came around for quite a while. I don't know whatever happened to him. I don't know, you know, if someone picked him up, or, you know, I just don't have any idea what happened to him. But he came around for quite a while. And then we had another one come around shortly after that. He looked so similar to the cat that stopped coming around. He looked so similar to Riki. Like, we were kind of thinking that, like, he was from, like, the same litter or something like that. Like, maybe Riki told this other cat, like, hey, I know a spot where you can get good food and a place to sleep. And so this new cat came around, and I named him MJ. I don't know why, but mom nicknamed him Emmers. And she, like, fell in love with this cat. Like, this was a cat that was essentially my mom's cat. Like, you know how an animal can come into a house and they kind of, you know, they have their person, essentially. Like, with my dog loves me more than she loves Eric. Like, I'm mom, you know what I mean? And this cat, like, that's how it was with my mom. Like, it just loved my mom so much. So that was kind of like her cat, and he came around for quite a while too. And then again, he stopped coming, and I don't know, like, whatever happened to him. So then this stray cat Huggins came about, and she looked just like a cat that we had before. It wasn't a stray cat, it was a cat that we had in our family ever since I was a little girl. And, like, I was convinced it was her, like, kind of reincarnated. Like, she just came back to my life kind of thing. I need to go slower through here because I saw a cop pull someone over once yesterday on my way into town, and once as I was coming back through town. So I don't know where he's been hiding over here. So anyway, what was I talking about? This other cat. I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, I thought it was like a reincarnation of my first, like, my childhood cat. And she's just been such a sweetheart. Like I said, she's the most affectionate cat I have ever had in my life. Like, I mean, the cats I've had have been affectionate, but you know how for the most part, most cats are fairly independent, just kind of like, you know, when they want affection, they'll come for it, and at other times it's like, just stay away, leave me alone kind of thing. But with her, she just, if she could have your love and affection 24 hours a day, she would. That's just how she is. There are so many different, like, roads I can take home, and I switch it up. Like, every time I'm out, I'll, like, go down a different road. Sometimes I'll go down roads I don't even know, like, where they lead, because I've never been down them before, just for something different. Just to switch it up a bit, because I get so bored sometimes, like, driving the same roads all the time. Just switch up the scenery a little. So, like, I live close to a paper plant, So if you've ever lived close to a paper plant or drove through a town that has a paper plant, you know that it smells ungodly. I guess different people feel like it smells different ways. I think for the most part it smells like cabbage. It's not a pleasant smell. It's really bad in the summer when it's hot driving through. So like I tend to like go a different way so I don't have to drive past the paper plant, so I don't gotta smell it. It's raining today, so it could be a stinky day, but it's the way I went today, so I'll have to see how bad it smells. But it's interesting because like to see trucks on the road that haul the big tree trunks and everything, like kind of it's like Final Destination, right? Getting behind a truck carrying a load of logs. It's so common to me to like be behind one. Like, it doesn't even faze me. Like I don't think anything weird by it, and it doesn't scare me to be behind one. I know some people like freak out, or like they feel like they have to turn off or go around or whatever, and it just doesn't bug me. And it's probably just because like I'm just so used to it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see because of where my camera is pointing, if you'll even be able to see it. Probably not. It's okay. It's not much to look at, trust me. Oh, I'm just so ready for yard sales. Even to get back to the thrift store. Like, I am going through withdrawal so bad. Like, I just want to go out and shop for things other than groceries. And even that, like, I was going before, like, the mask mandation, is that a word? Before they made it so, like, you couldn't go into a store unless you had a mask on. Like, I was going grocery shopping then. But ever since, like, we have to wear masks now, Erica's just been going. So I haven't even been able to go grocery shopping. There have been 2 confirmed cases at Eric's work. I think, well, obviously both people I think are fine. They're just, not able to come to work right now. And then the people that were in direct contact with them, like all of those people had to not come to work for like 14 days. So it didn't affect Eric. Like he wasn't in like direct contact with any of them, but it's still like slightly scary. That there have been confirmed cases at his work, but at the same time, like at first in the beginning I was scared about it all, but now I'm not anymore. Like I'm not living in the kind of fear that I was in the beginning. Like at first I was kind of like, oh, I don't even really feel comfortable like leaving the house kind of thing. Like you guys know, like I didn't even want to open my windows on nice days because I didn't want the air coming into my house. I'm over that fear. I am so over that fear. So I'm glad I'm over that fear, but I definitely was scared at first. But these roads are so bad, so bumpy. I am almost home. Back to my doggo. Eric's working today. It's Sunday. He works on Sundays. That's one thing I do not miss about working. with him was having to work on Sundays. It sucked. I had a split shift schedule though, so that was nice. So I worked Sunday, Monday. We both did. We worked the same exact schedule. Sunday, Monday, head off Tuesday, Wednesday, and work Thursday, Friday, then head off Saturday. So essentially it was like having 2 Fridays in a week. Like Monday was a Friday, and then Friday was a Friday. That was like the only good thing about it, and the money. I mean, the money was amazing. It was probably like the highest paying job I've ever had in my life. But it wasn't enough still to even keep me there. Would I go back ever? I'd have to be hard up for a job, that's for sure. I would go in like every morning when after we would do our stretches. This was when I was working like out in the warehouse. It was when before I left for good. I would talk to myself like before I'd head off to go do my job. I'd be like, Michelle, there's gotta be something better out there. There are people living their lives happy to go to work every day, enjoying what they do every day. There's more to life than this. And it's always scary to quit a job and start somewhere new. I'll be the first to admit it is scary as hell. But until you take those initial steps to do it, you just don't know. And that's like the hardest thing to do, is just taking those steps. So I'm so thankful I did, and I'm so upset with myself that like I didn't do it sooner, kind of thing. Like I don't feel like I wasted 5 years of my life, but I did waste time of my life where I wasn't mentally happy with my job. So it definitely like took its toll on me as far as that aspect goes. But you know, I'm so much happier now, so much happier, and that's all that matters. And with Eric, he likes his job. We didn't do the same job, and he's been there for years and years and years. Somebody's doing a jog. Wish I had that kind of motivation. Alright guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry it was that man walks his dog every day and he's always waving. I don't know who he is, but he loves to wave. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I realize it's a little different of a video. I was just kind of rambling, but I hope you enjoyed being here with me. I just would like to have you guys along, be a part of my life, other than just, you know, going out filming what I'm sourcing and stuff like that. Like more about like personal life. So yeah, you have to let me know what you thought down in the comments, how your day has been going, and I will see you next time.